So I'm really excited to show you this section. This is the code section in our objects. And so we're going to open up our source object, and now it has a different title. And so we're going to edit it, open it up. You'll see that we have, it says source object here in the variables file. This is what programmers would call a feature, not a bug, but this feature is not going to be around much longer. This is alpha software. I'll remind you all this. And so we have this source object. We have the object. We have the tag, and let's just for fun, let's change the color of this header. And so we're going to change this color to primary color. So whatever the primary color is, we're going to get that in the CSS. And then we're going to look at the code. Let's save this real quick. And we see this. Okay, great. So I just pasted a bit of code here. And now it's important to note that this is just JavaScript. And it functions in the app in a certain way. It is put into its own separate silo. And how it communicates to the rest of the application is with messages. And so everything that comes to this, I'm going to say some scary words, but if you're a programmer, they aren't going to scare you that much. But if you're not a programmer, you might go, oh my goodness. But don't worry, these they just sound scary. They're not scary at all. But everything is through JSON messages. And so what we're going to see is we have some basics here. I'm just going to go through this code. We have a random integer generator. And so this just gives me a random integer between 0 and 256. And we have a random color generator. And this just returns a random color using that random integer. Now, here's where it gets interesting. We have this thing called a post message. And this is what web workers can do. They can post a message. And so this message is a JSON stringified. So this means this is how we convert it back into a way that the computer can read of new message. And let's talk about what new message is. So new message is of type update. So this tells data room that you want to update this node or this object. And so this object is going to be updated, and it's going to be updated with whatever else is in the object. So it's updated with the title. So date now plus data room. Let's just remove the data room just because, just to show you how things change. Okay, and then we have primary color. And this just gets the random color. So what this message is going to do is every 1,000 seconds, or 1,000 milliseconds, 1 second, it's going to update the random color, and it's going to change the title of the object. And so let's save it, and you'll see what we have here is we have an updating node. And if we were to add more objects down the line, let's just, let me just add an edge real quick. Let's see if we can get this done. We only have like 5 minutes each section, otherwise the software kicks me off. So let's create an edge here. And so we're going to target object, what is data room, and we're going to change the edge to primary color. Primary color. Actually, I think it's highlight color, isn't it? I think earlier we had changed it to highlight color. Let's just gamble. Whoops. And then we click the save button, and we see, even off in the distance there, we have highlight color changing to primary color. And so you could just chain object after object, changing the objects according to one object's changes. And so that is the magic of data room.